Nancy Butner is a VP at Life Care Center. She's been there 17 years. In a crisis, she's described as the field marshal of the place.
You know, I got into long-term care because I love to help people.
Isabella Ivanova has been a nurse at Life Care for 15 years.
So I just always wanted to help people, to make them feel better.
Do you feel like you've been able to do that?
Absolutely. Every day.
Stephanie Faye Booth has been at Life Care for 23 years. She handles HR and payroll and a million other things. Chelsea Ernest is the interim director of nursing. She'd been nursing in Puyallup. She came to Life Care Center just 3 weeks ago.
I told my husband I need to go up there. They need help, and he supported that.
Any second thoughts since?
And then I did do the same thing over again.
Why?
Because that's my ethical oath to my profession.
I got the call at 12:30 at night that we had a COVID positive building.
So it sounded unreal at first. Like we were thinking this can't be happening.
I was one person trying to answer all these phone calls that came, and it lasted for at least 30 hours.
And so we were going to take nurse carts, and we were doing narcotic count, and that's when the first patient really decompensated quickly. And they had called to Code Blue, and we went and got him out of there. I called 911.
You know, when you walk in the building, it looks normal at first. It looks like everything's as it has been. But when you're living it every day for long days, and when you see what we've gone through, it feels like a bomb dropped in the middle of it and we're trying to pick up the pieces.
And from then on, it was kind of like dominoes, trying to find the patients that were the most critical. But we didn't know what we were looking at because nobody really knew what the true signs of COVID is. There's the virus, and then there's how it clinically presents in these patients, and we didn't know what that looked like. So, you know, when you think you're doing the right thing, and with COVID, it's not necessarily the right thing, and we didn't know that.
Within 4 days, we lost 48 staff. We have about 170 staff. So within 4 days, you lose that many staff. It is next to impossible.
Of course, it was very stressful and still is, but we were supporting each other at all times.
In the next about 7 days, we lost another 32 staff.
We're all humans, so I think everyone is afraid, especially in the beginning when nobody's familiar truly with what's going on.
In the beginning, before the testing was available, they were treating pneumonia. They had ruled out flu. They were treating pneumonia. And so, you know, they were doing everything that they needed to do. And once the test came through, it was a game changer, and it changed everything. But still, again, it's learning how do you treat this virus that is so virulent and so lethal. It's like it had a mind of its own. I would listen for the cough, and I'd follow the cough, and that I would be able to basically pick out the next person that I knew needed to go to the hospital.
And I guess a lot of them, when they went out to the hospital, I thought they would come back, you know what I mean? Like you think, oh, they'll be back, you know, but they won't.
Some of them would crash real fast. They'd go from 0 symptoms to crashing in 3 hours. The turnaround time was incredible. It's like nothing I've ever seen before in my life. And I would tell the paramedics that. And they started seeing that. It's nothing, I've never seen nothing like it.
Because I've been there 23 years, and it's like, I've just never, I mean, you've had patients pass away before, but not anything like this.
The patient loss is dreadful, but it's just something that's so hard to talk about.
I knew a lot of the patients, and and some of them hadn't been there for a really long time.
Sometimes I go home and just have a cry or kind of manage through that. But sometimes they're difficult.
I don't know. It was like a tidal wave.
When I'm working, I don't feel that, but once I get home, those are the moments when I kind of crash sometimes. Just all of a sudden, I think, can I continue doing that? Is it going to get better? But then when I go the next day and see my colleagues and all of the difference that we do, then I can continue on. I couldn't imagine to be in any other place. I wanted to be there with my colleagues, with my patients, and be part of that. This situation made me fall in love with nursing and medicine all over again.
This happened to our facility. It's not something that we caused, it's something that happened to us, and we did our best to manage the situation.
I feel that there's a picture of Life Care and of Life Care of Kirkland that's painted wrong because of what they don't understand and what they don't know and maybe what they're afraid of.
With hell breaking loose all around them, a mystery virus cutting down the people under their care, feeling their way in the dark, learning as they went. In the face of fear and anguish, with the nation watching in horror, the nurses of Life Care Center, these women and others like them, got up every morning and reported for duty, and they walked into the place and put their heads down to go toe-to-toe with a cruel and deadly ghost.
I was talking to my regional nurse to check on her and see how she's doing, and I told her, I said I felt like I was chasing the devil. And she said she had chills because she said she was just getting ready to say the same thing.
That's how you think of it.
It's like chasing the devil.